Hello and welcome to another Monday report by Bordier. US economic statistics continue to send mixed signals. The June employment report shows the creation of 147,000 jobs after 144,000 in May, significantly more than the 106,000 expected. But you can see here that the majority came from the public sector. In practice, the private sector created only 74,000 jobs, almost half the number created in May, against expectations of 100,000. This weakness in the private sector job market is also reflected in the employment components of the ISM and PMI services indices for June, which nonetheless remain solid and above expectations. The other event of the week was the approval of the Trump administration's One Big Beautiful Bill by the House of Representatives. This is positive for the climate because it removes uncertainty, but this fiscal package will result in high deficits levels and a significant rise in debt by 2035. Against this backdrop, the US market were positive for equities, which regained 1.7%, with tech and cyclicals outperforming, and negative for bonds. The US 10-year fell by 0.4%, with 10-year yield rising, signaling a risk of a rising risk premium on US debt. The situation is symmetrically opposite in Europe, where the threat of US tariff is becoming clearer. Sovereign yields have fallen, allowing the Bund, for example, to rise by 0.3%, while equities have fallen by 0.5%. Since the beginning of 2025, US and European equities are now on an equal footing at around plus 6.5%, but this is in local currencies. For what continues is the depreciation of the dollar, on which we have been negative since the beginning of the year, and now down 13 to 14% against both the euro and the Swiss franc. In our portfolios, we are strengthening Cadence Design Systems, the US specialist in software for the design and production of complex integrated circuits. We believe that the stock, which has risen slightly over the past 2 years, should open up a phase of outperformance relative to the US tech, thanks to the lifting of export restrictions to China. That's all for today. Thank you for listening and see you next week.